So if you're over, say, 70, you've probably had your blood pressure checked more times than you can count. But what if I told you that the perfect number your doctor might be aiming for could actually be putting you in danger? Today, we're going to dive into a really crucial topic: how to manage your blood pressure safely as you get older.
You know, there's some huge new research out there that's challenging everything we've been told about blood pressure, especially for anyone over 75. And look, this isn't just about numbers on a chart. It's really about protecting your independence and preventing a really dangerous fall.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to uncover the hidden risk of that so-called perfect blood pressure. Then, we'll get into why your body changes over time. After that, we'll pinpoint a much safer target range for you. And finally, I'm going to give you a super simple home test and the confidence to talk about it with your doctor. Okay, picture this. It's a super common scene. You're at the doctor's office and hey, you've finally hit that target blood pressure. It feels like a total victory, right? But this success story, well, it might have a dangerous hidden chapter.
I mean, look at that number. On paper, it looks fantastic. The doctor's happy, you get a pat on the back. For decades, this has been the gold standard we've all been shooting for. But here's the thing, that number only tells part of the story. It only tells the sitting down part.
So, the really crucial part is what happens next. That same person gets up, maybe in the middle of the night, and their blood pressure just plummets. When it drops that fast, the brain is starved of blood, even for just a few seconds. The room spins, they lose their balance, and the result? Well, it can be a life-altering fall and a whole cascade of complications. And this isn't just a one-off story. Not at all. A major study that tracked over 15,000 seniors confirmed it. Chasing that perfect blood pressure number actually led to a 28% higher risk of serious falls that required hospitalization. The evidence is pretty clear. Too low can be just as dangerous as too high.
So why does this happen? Well, it's because your cardiovascular system at 75 isn't just an older version of your system at 45. It's fundamentally different, and that changes what your body actually needs to stay safe.
You know, a great way to think about it is to picture your arteries like a garden hose. At age 45, they're flexible. But by 75, they've gotten stiffer, kind of like an old hose that's been left out in the sun. This means your body needs slightly more pressure to push that blood up to your brain. On top of that, the body's natural pressure sensors are slower to react, and medications can have a much stronger, longer-lasting effect. It's like a triple whammy that just sets the stage for a fall. All those changes we just talked about lead to this one critical condition: orthostatic hypotension. That's just the fancy medical term for that dangerous drop in pressure when you stand up. And identifying this is the absolute key to preventing falls. Okay, so if the old target is risky, what's the new one? The great news is that researchers have identified what they call a safe zone, a blood pressure range that protects your heart without increasing your risk of a dangerous fall. This chart right here shows the truly surprising discovery. If you look at those bars, you'll see the lowest risk of death. That's the lowest point on the chart. It wasn't for the group with blood pressure below 120. No, it was actually for the group in the middle, with that top number between 130 and 140. This is really powerful evidence that a slightly higher number can actually be safer.
This chart, this is your new guide. Just notice how the target systolic range kind of gently increases with age. For someone over 85, a number like 145 might be perfectly safe, because the priority shifts from aggressively lowering the number to preventing falls and just maintaining a good quality of life. It's all about treating the person, not just the number.
And this brings us to what might be the most powerful tool I can give you today. You don't have to guess if you're at risk. You can find out with a simple 3-minute test that you can do right at home with a regular blood pressure monitor. Okay, the process is simple, but you've got to be precise. First, just lie down flat and relax for about 5 minutes. Then, take your blood pressure while you're still lying down and jot down the result. Next, stand up and, this is key, immediately check it again while you're standing. Don't wait around. Then just compare the two sets of numbers. So this is what you're looking for. If your top number, the systolic, dropped by 20 points or more, or if your bottom number, the diastolic, dropped by 10 points or more, that's a red flag. It means you have orthostatic hypotension, and that is absolutely essential information to bring to your doctor. Okay, now you have data, real personal data. This totally transforms your next doctor's visit. You are no longer just a passive patient. You are an informed partner in your own health. You're part of the team.
So walk into that appointment with your data and with these questions. You can shift the conversation from, hey, what's my number, to what's the right number for me? Ask about your personal target, about your medications, and whether the benefits truly outweigh the risks for your specific situation.
And this is how you present that evidence. A simple log like this, kept for just a week or two, gives a far more accurate picture than one single reading in a doctor's office ever could. Make sure you include the position, lying, sitting, or standing, and any symptoms you felt, like maybe feeling a little dizzy.
So, what's the big takeaway from all of this? Well, the goal is no longer some universal number like 120/80. The real goal is to work with your doctor to find the target that is right for you. One that protects your heart and your brain, but also keeps you steady on your feet. Because the right blood pressure isn't just a number. It's the one that lets you live your life safely and fully.